Hello, this is Josh from Advanced Camping, bringing you another video tour. This one is a real exciting one. So this is going to be the all-new 2024 Pleasureway Ascent. And to top it off, it's on the new 2023 Mercedes chassis. So there's going to be all kinds of new features to go over on this one. It's going to be a really cool video. So just, hang in for it all. The first thing I want to go over on, especially on a Pleasureway portion, is the new big upgrade, which of course is the 600 amp hours of lithium ion batteries. So that's going to allow you to run your air conditioner now, anything you might want to run. So that 600 amp hours is sort of becoming an industry standard now. It's going to run that air for quite some time. It also has a new air conditioner, which is going to be a little bit more efficient and much quieter compared to previous Pleasureways. We're talking night and day difference in terms of quietness and even better efficiency when it comes to electricity usage. So we're talking hours and hours of air conditioner run time. And certainly if you're not running the air, you've got solar in place, and you still have the inverter generator on board, which I think is really cool. You really get the best of both worlds there, as you have those lithium batteries, but of course, like all batteries, eventually that is going to run out. So what you've got here, instead of an in-engine generator, you do have a high capacity alternator, by the way. But instead of having to run the engine, the inverter generator, which isn't any louder or about the same volume as the engine running, that will kick on automatically. So you sort of have a backup generator just in case your batteries do run out and you're staying in one spot that you're not plugged into for a long time. That generator will, of course, charge up your lithium batteries, but also allow you to maintain for many days. That's the nice thing about the inverter generator is, it will maintain things. So you can still continue to run your air conditioner, anything you might want while it charges up the batteries. So you really do get the best of both worlds with the 600 amp hours of batteries and then that inverter generator for backup power, which is really, really cool. I love that they did that. Some of the other really cool features is the 2023 Mercedes. So that's going to have its own new features. The biggest of which, of course, is the new engine. So it's a new 4-cylinder turbo diesel that is going to be a high output engine. They're learning to, like with all cars now, seems like, they're learning to get more and more out of smaller engines. So that's what you're seeing here. You'll get a little bit better fuel economy, certainly, than you would have with the 6-cylinder. It still has quite a bit of get up and go, believe me, more than enough than you'll ever need. And it's going to be a 9-speed transmission. So very, very cool system. The other thing that I love that the Rams have had for a couple of years now that Mercedes didn't have is going to be the rear view mirror camera. So that rear view mirror normally on a motorhome like this is essentially all but useless, as you're going to have blind spots, things like that are going to get in the way of the rear view mirror, where now you've got the camera that's on all the time, gives you a wide angle view of what's behind you, so then you have no more blind spots. You can convert that back to just a regular mirror if you wanted to, but I'm telling you, once you get used to that rear view mirror camera, it's really hard to go back. Just knowing from the Rams, driving the Rams around, it is a huge, huge difference. You can just see everything so much better. So the other big thing that we've got here on the Mercedes chassis, mind you, now we also have a 5-year warranty or 75,000 miles. So you have a 5-year warranty on your Pleasureway coach portion, and now you have a 5-year warranty on that Mercedes portion as well. So that is a long warranty, so you are very well covered. I mean, that really says Pleasure is really going to stand behind their work. I don't think there's anybody else out there with these kinds of warranties. So this is really going to be something else, that you're going to be able to own a long time and get excellent resale value from. So let's start to dig into all these amazing upgrades. So we're just going to do a quick tour of the outside. We're going to have the lighted power awning with wind sensor on the top here. It's going to be sort of like normal. The touch screen there, we'll go over that in a little bit. That has been completely redone. So a whole different user interface now with the sort of newer technologies that you're getting. It does have a stronger battery charger than it used to have too, so you will be able to charge your batteries up a little faster, especially hooked up to shore power. And it will have the screens on the side and back too, which is always nice. Little outside outlets. Behind this door you'll have your freshwater tank input. Let me come to the rear here. So this is going to be what's different right away, you can see. So now this is your system, your 600 amp hour lithium battery system behind this. So as you can see, you still get some storage. It does detract some from the storage you used to have, so that is worth noting. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. They do still give you some room back here to store some things. It was going to be my impression that it took up the entire amount of storage, which is not the case, happily. There's going to be inverter master switches, and instead of that big red key you used to have to turn the lithium batteries on and off, now it's a big switch. So basically the same thing, just a little bit different, but very cool. So I mean, when you drive from different location to different location, your alternator, your high capacity alternator will recharge these batteries. So if you're going to a different state the next day, you'll pull in, your battery should be fully charged from all the driving, and you'll be ready to go again. And of course, it does have that backup generator, inverter generator, which is very, very quiet. We're talking same decibel level as a conversation as a backup, and that will automatically kick on if you have that set. So just like your house, if you run out of power, you have that backup generator, which is just so cool. I love that they did that. So coming in the back here, we'll have hitch and wiring. We'll have your propane ports, quick disconnect for a gas grill, if wanted, desired. We will have a screen for the rear here as well. It'll act as either a privacy curtain and or screen. Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and close these up. We'll worry about that later. Okay, and this whole thing will have a whole parking radar system. That's what these little discs are on the bottom. So you get an excellent view all around you. Shows you sort of a radar view all around the coach, so you know exactly where the obstructions are and how close to them you are. So very difficult to get in a parking accident. Gotta love that. Very automotive looking, like always. And we're gonna have our Truma AquaGo, which is our truly instant tankless water heater. That's gonna have a recirculating pump on board that's gonna give you hot water at each tap, even just the outside shower tap here, when you desire it. You don't have to turn any switches on for that. It just does that automatically, so you're not wasting any potential fresh water or putting extra gray water in your tank. So you will have hot water right at the tap right away, and as much as you want, which is a nice thing, certainly. We're gonna have our exhaust from our heat right there, our sort of control center, utility center, if you will, where we can turn the propane on and off. Like that, you can just do that with a switch without having to crawl underneath. You have your city water connection, you're gonna have a cable TV connection, and then your 30 amp hookup there as well. Outside shower we talked about, has a gravity drain right down below for your black and gray tanks. Nice aluminum wheels here. Of course, the Mercedes are always very sharp looking and give you the most sort of driving and safety features. You know, you're going to have power heated seats, you're going to have active lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control. So it's going to do the majority of the long-term driving for you when you're on the highway. It's going to physically move the wheel to keep you in the lane and automatically slow down and speed up based on how many cars are or what cars in front of you. So it's going to do a lot of the sort of autopiloting itself. You more or less just have to keep your hand on the wheel as long as that system is working. Obviously, in very inclement weather, the cameras can't see the lines, then you kind of have to take over. But the vast majority of the time, you're taking long trips, and this is going to take a lot of the stress out of that with those features. So, a lot of features on the Mercedes end. Okay, and then here is our new user interface on our two touch screens here from Pleasureway. There's not a ton different, I guess. It just is just a different user interface, basically. They're going to give you, I think, a little more information and a few more controls on the home screen than you used to have. You used to have sort of a limited amount on the home screen, and then you would have to go through the tabs to really kind of, you know, use everything, where they've just given you more controls. Like you can, you know, activate the HVAC system, turn the automatic generator start on and off. So yeah, definitely a nice setup here. It's very big, easy to read, nice bright display here. So that is quite nice as well. Okay, and we talked, it does have a higher output charger, so you will charge the lithium batteries faster. Always good when you have 600 amp hours on board. Just as a comparison, you know, that's going to be the same amount of battery power as Road Trek uses. Similar to what, you know, Winnebago's going to use in terms of their KLs or GLs, those lithium models. So they're all going to be similar in that 600 amp hour range. And it's a quite comfortably large amount of lithium batteries, not to worry there. So we have your Corian countertops. Beautiful, beautiful coach. Of course, these are all handmade, so you are going to get the absolute best in terms of interior fit and finish. But the drawback always used to be with Pleasureway, you get the best fit and finish, but they weren't big on the technology, meaning you still had to run a generator in order to get power. Problem is, you know, some places won't let you run that after dark. Some places won't let you run that at all. So now you don't have to worry about that anymore, as you just have the best of both worlds, a very quiet generator as a backup and 600 amp hours of lithium batteries to give you hours and hours of quiet air conditioner runtime, as the new air conditioner is very, very whisper quiet. And remember, it uses less juice too, always important. So you're really going to maximize, you're really going to get the most out of those 600 amp hours of batteries, as really that amount of batteries is made for only one thing: to run the air conditioner long periods of time. And you can absolutely do that here. So we're going to have our compressor based refrigerator right here. Those are great, as they don't need to be level. You turn them on and they start cooling right away. Less moving parts, so they're going to be a little bit more reliable down the road for you, certainly. We'll have our microwave sort of at eye level, which I also like. The fridge too is just at regular standing height, so you don't have to like bend down or really, you know, kind of reach up. It's just where you kind of would want it to be. So very smartly placed, in my opinion. Okay, and then this is going to be our restroom here on your Ascent. So we're going to have our sink, porcelain bowl, foot flush toilet, and drain system down below there. It gives you a little medicine cabinet here, a little bit of storage back there for, you know, medications or whatever you may have. And then there's a good toiletry spot over there for shampoos, conditioners, you know, all of that type of a thing. And this curtain will wrap completely around, so you won't get water outside here. You can either leave this door open or close it up. It's kind of up to you. But you know, you have a real nice shower head here, and you know, you'll be able to take essentially as long of a shower as you want in theory, though it is kind of filling your gray tank. But if you're boondocking, and this is certainly made for it, you could just let that gray water drain, as it's just soapy water. Just depending on where you are, certainly. Okay, and then we have a nice little pull-out pantry. Like that they added this. This is just really smart. You can keep all kinds of food items in there. Great use of space, and there's all slow close latches to all of these drawers. Anything that opens like a drawer has a nice soft close. So if you're cooking in here, you know, it doesn't make a lot of banging noises and stuff like that. It's just yeah, nice and calm. Very nice. And in our kitchen area, we're going to have our nice deep stainless steel sink here. Good view there. Induction stove right there. It's going to be a little bit safer, pretty power efficient as well. It's a big electromagnet, so going to be quite nice. No open flame. As soon as you remove the pot or pan from that, it becomes cool to the touch right away, which is quite nice. And then you have your main spigot right here. Great for doing dishes and everything. Really does kind of have everything. You're gonna have ducted heat all throughout, so no hot or cold spots. And the Truma system is very quiet, which is nice, and very propane efficient, sort of a smart furnace, if you will. So you got a lot of smart things on board here now. A lot of high tech, you know, a lot of technology. But, you know, I think Pleasureway really took their time getting to this point. From any of you who have been watching Pleasureway products for a while, you've known kind of the one big drawback has been their lack of sort of tech. And they've kind of gone into it now. They are fully committed with their, you know, 600 amps of lithium, their bigger charger, their nicer air conditioner unit that's quieter and more efficient. So they are kind of all in. So I would, you know, recommend Pleasureway even higher than I already did, given the warranty, and you just get the best of both worlds, the best build quality, and definitely the most technology. So you're really getting everything now. There's no reason not to recommend a Pleasureway anymore. So in the rear here, we're going to have memory foam built-in seats over ultra leather. That ultra leather doesn't get sticky in real hot, humid situations, which is rare enough for leather. The two front seats will also be upholstered in that ultra leather. Winnebago also uses it in some of their coaches. You know, it's become a really nice industry product, as you know, it's actually a breathable kind of leather material that's tough as well. And we always like to order ours with the darker upholstery and the lighter other interiors. So the lighter cabinetry and the lighter countertops with the darker upholstery, as the lighter upholstery shows dirt and things like that very easily. Lots of overhead storage here. There's no special little buttons on it anymore, so it looks a little cleaner. Those will all be lined as well, with like a soft lining, so less stuff will rattle inside there. You can of course dim any lighting zone that you'd like. A lot of big windows here, so this is going to be an excellent touring vehicle, especially if you've got people seated back here. Let me just see if I can sit down to kind of give you an idea what that would look like. So you have this huge window right here, and then when you close that door, you have another huge window right there. And then of course you got your TV, Bose sound bar there, which is an excellent audio device, an excellent TV that's a smart TV as well. It also has the Winegard Razor antenna. It's the best antenna on the market for finding local channels. So it's going to have that on board, so you can stream all of your favorite stuff right on the TV by creating a Wi-Fi hotspot with your phone or another device you may have. And then, yeah, another nice, big, huge window here with screen openings for extra ventilation. So, I mean, you have a lot of glass around you here. So, an excellent, excellent touring coach that really does give you a lot of viewing angles. Okay, our other touchscreen is going to be right back here, which is nice. And then the sort of underrated little thing that kind of gets passed by a lot is this is going to be your power fan, and that thing moves a ton of air, as that's going to be probably what, I mean, most of my customers are going to be using that most of the time, as it's very battery efficient and it moves so much more air than you might think. Even if you're in the back and open up some of the screens, you're going to feel that cross breeze right in the back. It really draws that air in very quickly, so you get a really amazing cross breeze, and you know, you really don't have to run the air if it's a, you know, 75, 80, maybe even 85 degrees. Once you start getting into real humid situations past 85 degrees, that's of course when you want to think about air conditioner usage, and now you can simply turn it on. You don't have to worry about turning any generators on or stopping somewhere to plug in. You simply just turn the air conditioner on and you are good to go, which is a really cool thing. You can of course do that with your microwave or any outlet that you have in the whole coach. So if you're working out of this or something like that, you'll always be able to plug a regular laptop or computer into a regular 110 outlet instead of trying to find all the USB outlets like you had to before and kind of convert everything to 12 volt. No reason to do that anymore. So just taking a look at the cockpit here, it's going to be largely the same as the 2022 model, except the internals like we talked about. So now you have the 4-cylinder, much more fuel efficient engine, still high output. You're going to have the rear view mirror here becomes a camera, a wide angle view camera that shows everything behind you. So no blind spots anymore. That is wonderful. And you're going to have the heated power seats up here, which is awesome. You know, that active lane keeping assist to, you know, physically move the wheel to keep you in the lanes, adaptive cruise. It has a radar system to on the mirrors for blind spot assist. It also tells you when a vehicle is nearing the lane next to you. It'll show up yellow then, and then when someone's actually in the lane next to you, the little triangles turn red. So it actually gives you a little bit of a heads up before that vehicle even comes into your blind spot, which is definitely a nice plus for sure. So again, my name's Josh. If you're interested in this Ascent, please do give me a call and ask for me. The number is 414-281-6330. And then, of course, I'll be able to help you out from video into the real thing. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. And if you want to see current stock availability, as I don't see this lasting too long, you know, check out our website at advancedcamping.com. And if you like this video and want to see more, please do feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and have a great day.